Assalamualaikum everyone, this is Sana Khan, COO at HospitALL पॉडकास्ट की एक और मज़ेदार एपिसोड के साथ दोबारा आपकी खिदमत में हाजिर हैं। जैसे कि हम पॉडकास्ट में एक बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट पर्पस को सर्व कर रहे हैं। हम मार्केट के इंडस्ट्री के रेलेवेंट लोगों को, एक्सपर्ट्स को, गुरुज़ को आपके सामने लाते हैं ताकि आप उनके पर्सनल और प्रोफेशनल जर्नी से बहुत कुछ सीख सकें। आज मेरे साथ एक ऐसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से एक सीनियर मार्केटिंग मैनेजर मौजूद है स्टूडियोज़ में, जो हम सब के दरमियान बहुत फेमस भी है। हम सब उसको बहुत ज़्यादा इस्तेमाल भी करते हैं और एक मज़ेदार बात यह है कि उनकी मार्केटिंग कैंपेन और ख़ास तौर पे उनके ट्वीट्स बहुत ही मज़ेदार होते हैं, बहुत कैची होते हैं और बहुत एंगेजिंग होते हैं। हम सब बहुत इन्जॉय करते हैं उनको, ख़ास तौर पे जब कोई ना कोई पॉलिटिकल या स्पोर्ट्स या और कोई एक्टिविटी या इवेंट चल रहा हो मुल्क में। मेरे साथ मौजूद हैं सलमान हुसैन साहब, सीनियर मार्केटिंग मैनेजर एट करीम। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जॉइनिंग।
थैंक यू सना फॉर हैविंग मी हियर।
ग्रेट। अच्छा सलमान, मैंने करीम का तारुफ तो करा दिया और बहुत सारे लोग फेमिलियर भी इसी तरह होते हैं जब हम मज़ेदार सी कैंपेन्स और कैची लाइंस देखते हैं मार्केटिंग की। इस पे आऊँगी और आपकी डोमेन के ऊपर भी बात करूँगी, लेकिन व्हाई डोंट वी स्टार्ट विद योर पर्सनल एंड प्रोफेशनल जर्नी टिल हियर?
Well, my personal journey has been very interesting. So, when I was young, I wanted to be a professional cricketer, not be part of academics. And I used to be in the field all day, just the way students are in the universities and colleges. And I believe till bachelor's, I was flunking, and I was, because all day I used to be, I was in Karachi, and I used to play for UBL. I played under 19. And that is exactly what I believe every boy I wanted to be a cricketer. So that was my dream, that was my zeal, but there was a time that I realized that perhaps I wouldn't be able to make that cut, and that was one of the most difficult decisions of my life, to switch from professional sports into back to academics. And I believe that was after bachelor's. So that is what I did, and then I switched back. And I believe I do have academics in my family, but I was the only outlier. I believe the black sheep of the family, as they used to call me. But thanks to my dad, who always backed me to become a sportsman. But since that didn't work out, I started. I believe after a break of 5-6 years, when I didn't see the inside of the university for 5-6 years, and coming back, leaving the field, that was difficult for me. And but I started studying again, and I did my master's from IBA. And I believe the kind of extrovert I was, I believe and I think I am creative. Not sure if that's the truth or not. But did my MBA in marketing from IBA, and rest is history. Thanks to, I believe I owe a lot to IBA, because that's the stamp that one would require in Pakistan to really go ahead. And then I had the good fortune of working for many great organizations where I got interested into brand and marketing, because I'm a people's person, and it's all about marketing is all about understanding psychology in the current context. So I'm still a student of it, and I believe I know nothing about it. Every day I learn from the team that I have here at Careem also. Very talented team. I'm sure you must have seen a lot of exhibition.
Of course.
With shoestring budgets, that is the kind of execution that we do. So that has been my professional journey, and really enjoying it. And every organization that I work with has taught me a lot. I've worked in sales, I've worked in trade marketing, now I'm working in marketing, also doing performance marketing as we speak. So a lot of learning so far, and I believe a lot needs to be learned. But yes, tech is very exciting. Tech is very fast paced. Tech is dynamic. That is where I am, and I believe it's pretty roller coaster. Sometime it gets the better of you. But yes, I believe the right place to be.
Great. अच्छा, जैसे आप अपने प्रोफेशनल जर्नी की बात कर रहे थे, हमने पॉडकास्ट से पहले obviously we communicate and we talk about what the agenda is going to be. Although I never have questions, वो जैसे जैसे आप बात करते जाते हैं तो questions मेरे दिमाग में आते हैं और मैं पूछती रहती हूँ. टेकप्रेन्योरशिप की हमने बात की थी, ऑब्वियसली जैसे आपने कहा कि टेक इतनी डायनामिक और इतनी वॉलेटाइल और इतनी मोबिलाइज हो चुकी है, और पाकिस्तान में हर गुजरते दिन के साथ जहाँ पे एक नया चैलेंज है वहाँ पे आप जैसे लोग और बहुत सारे इंडस्ट्री रेलेवेंट और जीनियस लोग, माशाल्लाह पाकिस्तान इज़ फुल ऑफ टैलेंट, तो वो सोल्यूशंस के साथ भी आ रहे होते हैं. कंज्यूमर साइकोलॉजी पाकिस्तान के टेकप्रेन्योरशिप में कितनी यूज़ होती हुई आप देखते हैं, और अगर नहीं हो रही तो कैसे होनी चाहिए?
When you say consumer psychology, what exactly do you specifically mean by that?
Consumer psychology is just like you said कि आप marketing आपका forte है, obviously you're a people's person and you have to sound relevant in order to have the right result and output from the marketing campaigns. टेकप्रेन्योर्स जितने हैं पाकिस्तान में, अगर आपके जहन में कोई नाम आते हैं, या अगर एंटरप्रेन्योर्स कह लें, वाइड कर लें थोड़ा सा एंगल, तो वो कितना अच्छा कंज्यूमर साइकोलॉजी को समझ रहे हैं या यूज़ करें आपके ख्याल में?
I believe बहुत evolved हुआ. There are some great players in the market. Food Panda is one example. Then in fact, if you also see InDrive, they have a great platform where they have gone a notch above, or they've presented another proposition to the customers where they can have their own choice, even for the captains. So it's a huge field of understanding. For example, I would give you an example. So you see, whenever you search, there is a specific color of Google ad, that specific blue color, and that color was selected from shades of 60 colors. For you, it might be just blue, but Google did this research. And they found out that there is a specific blue color that people click more than the others. So that's the level of psychology that is being invested over there. So it's an entire science out there. It's entire psychology out there. For example, I'll give you another example. Amazon just improved the speed of its platform by, I believe, like 0.2 second, which you cannot even discern, but it's actually resulted in gave business results. So people are studying psychology very closely, and they are they're also gamifying the application. If you see, initially the applications were just plain right executional and transactional, but now you see a lot of gamification. Even in Food Panda, at the end you see an ad coming, you see all of these upgrades coming. So yes, a lot of psychology is respected, and obviously at the end of the day, initially you used to converse and you used to interact with a real human being. Now that's being taken by tech. So it's extremely important to have that touch, and obviously to evolve in that space. Otherwise, people might not find it as personalized as they want it to be. So in order for tech to thrive, that has to be inculcated, and I believe it is being inculcated.
Okay. अच्छा, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप की बात अगर करें या हम बिजनेसेस की बात करें, पाकिस्तान की मार्केट की खास तौर पे मैं बात करूँगी, बिजनेस कम्युनिकेशन का कितना रोल देखते हैं, बिजनेस एथिक्स को कितना इनकलकेट होते हुए देखते हैं आप?
In tech या generally?
Generally.
Ethics in business execution या business communication?
दोनों.
अच्छा, I believe अगर आप टैक्स नेट को देख लें तो आपको अंदाज़ा हो जाएगा कि कितनी फॉलो कर रहे हैं. I think इस 2.25 करोड़ की आबादी का सिर्फ 10% ही लोग तनख्वाहदार आप जैसे हम जैसे लोग टैक्स पे कर रहे हैं, बाकी तो कोई करता नहीं है. So that is ethics for you. In terms of communication, I believe मेरा ख्याल से कि इतनी ज़्यादा enforceability of law नहीं है. People do openly communicate things that are not part of their businesses, that are not part of their promises also. And आपने देखा होगा recently बहुत सारी टेलकोस पे भी काफ़ी सारा फाइन लगा इन टर्म्स ऑफ सर्विस क्वालिटी. बैंक्स को काफ़ी फाइन लगा है. सो आई बिलीव देयर इज़ अ लॉट ऑफ रूम फॉर द प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ कंज्यूमर राइट्स, बिकॉज देखिए ये इंपॉर्टेंट इसलिए, वंस you are trying out a new business or you are buying something online, आपकी हैबिट नहीं है. If you're protected by the law and you will feel more comfortable. But if the rule of law is not there and your trust is not there, so businesses won't thrive. In fact, even the environment for the businesses to operate will not be that conducive, and even for the consumers to do anything will not be that conducive. So अगर आप ride hailing में भी देखें, Careem happens to give a lot of importance to its customers. You see a helpline over there. We have a service by the name of Muhafiz who actually helps a customer if there is a medical or a legal emergency. So that those are the kind of guardrails that we've kept for the protection of our customers. But there are organizations who do not invest in that side of the business. But so that is how it is. Obviously, it's at the end of the day, it's all about making choices, and a customer. Unfortunately, the macroeconomic situation is that every customer is, and even businesses are trying to cut corners. Hence, they're not giving the services that they should be giving. अगर आप regulations को भी देखें, even car manufacturers के लिए भी regulations इतनी नहीं है. बाहर से जो गाड़ियाँ आ रही है, they are more secure with their airbag and stuff. So, I believe they're trying to cut costs in a country which is becoming less viable by the day, and it is affecting what the consumers get at the end of the day.
बिल्कुल ठीक है. अच्छा, इस कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव जवाब में बहुत सारे सवाल मेरे जहन में आ रहे हैं, लेकिन मैं उन सबको कट शॉर्ट करके थोड़ा सा आगे जाऊंगी. जैसे मैं हमेशा से मेंशन करती हूँ कि पॉडकास्ट का हम ड्यूरेशन शॉर्ट इसीलिए रखते हैं बिकॉज आप अटेंशन डेफिसिट का शिकार हुए बगैर इसको तवज्जो से सुन सकें, इसमें से अपने टेक अवेज ले सकें, उन पर मज़ीद रिसर्च कर सकें, अपना दिमाग खोल सकें और हमारे साथ भी अपनी लर्निंग को शेयर कर सकें. एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सवाल मैं करना चाहती हूँ. मार्केटिंग की जब हम बात कर रहे हैं, और डिजिटल मार्केटिंग ऑब्वियसली उसका एक बहुत साइजेबल इम्पैक्टफुल चंक है. साइबर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी डिजिटल मार्केटिंग में आप पाकिस्तान में देखते हैं लोगों को इसका सेंस है या आता जा रहा है, या कहाँ काम करने की ज़रूरत है?
When you say cyber responsibility, what exactly do you mean?
आई वुड मीन कि अगर आप लेट्स से कोई डिजिटल कैंपेन चलाते हैं, उसके ऊपर नेटिजन्स का हर तरह का रिस्पांस आ रहा होता है, आपको वो रिस्पॉन्सेस देख के सिटिंग इन योर ऑफिस क्या लगता है कि पाकिस्तान में साइबर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी का कोई सेंस है, लोगों में अवेयरनेस है जनरल पब्लिक में, या बहुत काम करने की ज़रूरत है?
देखिए, being a population of 220 million, unfortunately having a lot less resources than other countries, and having the cheapest internet on the planet.
Yes.
So, or unfortunately, I believe that and I include myself in this in the society. We are more concerned of how to correct other people than ourselves. So. And I see a lot of, I believe if that is your topic, if that's your question, so a lot of cyberbullying also happens, and I believe that your responsibility or your ethics is missing, and unfortunately the pura culture of bullying and enjoying and roasting people is becoming obviously it comes at a cost of lot of mental health. I believe that is pretty rampant at the moment, and I hope the FIA cyber laws does take them into account, because even if a person has a point of view, he's not comfortable because the kind of responses he gets, and even that becoming threatening, that is a mess. And और मैं एक बात बताऊँ सना, इसका ना कोई शॉर्ट टर्म सोल्यूशन नहीं है. You know, if this is the if you have barely like 8 to 10% literacy rate in the country, what would you expect? There is no short-term solution. Anybody and everybody can just give any comment, but वो responsibility I believe आती है empathy से, और responsibility आती है education से, and obviously correction by people that are around in laws, but
Okay, there are a lot of fronts to work on. So इसके ऊपर मेरा ख्याल है कि ये एक पॉइंट टू पॉन्डर है, इस पे मैं आप पे छोड़ती हूँ. अच्छा, आखिरी सवाल ये करूँगी मैं सलमान के, लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्निंग के लिए आप ऑडियंस को क्या मशवरा देंगे एट लार्ज? क्या दो ऐसे एलिमेंट्स हैं जिनको आप नहीं मिस कर सकते?
I believe reflection of your own self. जैसे अभी आपने बात की ना, of the cyberspace, we see a lot of different people. We try to find faults in a lot of different people, but somehow hamari self-awareness, including myself, is weak because we don't take a lot of time. In fact, we don't take time at all in reflection. If we have even a second, we'll rather be scrolling in what is happening around than having an inward view of what we are and where we should be. So I believe that reflection is something that would keep you on course. Secondly, I believe that learning is something that is also lifelong, and thanks to internet, a lot of learning has been democratized. You don't have to. I was just the other day I was thinking that you don't even have to go to a university to learn. There are so many things that you can learn, and there are so many kind of people that you can connect. So I believe constant learning and reflection are two things that would keep you on the journey of improvement. This is something that I'm also a work in progress in that regard. So I believe if I look back, so these are the two things that would add value in yourself if you continue to.
बिल्कुल ठीक है. Thank you so much, Salman. It has been a very insightful conversation. Although I have a lot of questions.
You can shoot if there is any regarding Careem and anything regarding the industry. I would love to answer that.
अच्छा, आप फिर जाते जाते एक short बिल्कुल brief सा जवाब दे देंगे. करीम अपनी customer service को कितना serious लेता है?
So as I just mentioned that we have an entire customer calling center that is there, which is 24/7. That's one. Then there are, even before the customer service comes into effect, we have an entire department that scans the driver that we're onboarding. They check they check them for the criminal record. That is in place also. Third, if there is any uncalled for incident, then we have an entire response team that actually jumps in and helps. And we, Careem, unlike which I respectfully say competition, have an on-ground presence in Pakistan. So you know that if something has happened, you will get an answer. And as you mentioned at the start of the interview, we are very closely connected with our communities, and Careem's value is all about being generous, being connected with the community, being hyper local. So being on ground, people know that at the end of the day Careem by the way, आपको मैं बताऊँ, Careem is being registered in UAE, but Careem का पहला कोड पाकिस्तान में लिखा गया था.
अच्छा, interesting.
So Careem is indigenous to Pakistan. Pakistan is very personal to Careem.
अच्छा, ये hyper local वाली बात तो personally I can endorse that, because voice of customer में मैं अक्सर देखती रहती हूँ, और वहाँ पे proper आपके reps जो होते हैं उनको जवाब भी दे रहे होते हैं, उनकी क्यूरी सॉल्व भी हो रही थी, और बाद में फीडबैक भी आ रहा होता है उसका. आई ऑल्सो हैड एन इंसिडेंट अ फ्यू डेज अगो. सो रिस्पॉन्स टीम से मुझे अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स मिला. थोड़ा देर से आया था लेकिन बहुत अच्छा आया था, और मसला उन्होंने बहुत जल्दी अच्छे तरीके से रिजॉल्व किया था. सो आई कैन एंडोर्स दैट. और ये बिल्कुल भी पेड रिव्यू नहीं है, बिकॉज आपको पता है मैं पेड रिव्यूज़ नहीं देती. सो एंड ऑल्सो इवन अदरवाइज आई हैव बीन यूजिंग करीम फॉर आई डोंट नो फॉर हाउ मेनी ईयर्स. इट्स बिन सो लॉन्ग. मुहाफिज वाली जो बात आपने कही थी, इसको थोड़ा एलैबोरेट करें, मुझे नहीं पता था इस बारे में.
So there is an organization by so just to tell you, the customers know, but at the end of the day we're a marketplace, so we connect a driver and a customer. So driver is not our employee. But what we do, as I just mentioned, even at the onset we check them for the criminal records. That's one. Uber being a parent company, we also see if they have a they have a clean sheet coming from Uber also, so we share our data with Uber. That's one thing. Secondly, we train them in gender sensitization, as how to behave with women, how to conduct themselves in a ride. So that is the kind of training that we impart to our captains, and we call them captains. They're just not drivers. We respect them also, and our captains are as important as our customers. So that is what we do. Third, if there is any incident in the car with the captains or with the customers, so it's the ride is insured. That's the third leg. Fourth, if the captain or the customer needs there is a medical emergency, God forbid, or a legal emergency. For example, you were in the car, your computer got snatched, or your phone got snatched, or you have a complaint against the captain, or the captain has a complaint because there are a lot of robbery that has taken place, with captains as well. So there is a third party that we involve, and they help you register your case with the law enforcement agencies.
Achha.
So that is the extent that we go for our customers and captains both, so that they feel completely secured in the ride as much as we can. Because you know that in Pakistan, unlike the 17 countries that we operate in the Middle East, crime rate, unfortunately, and the safety and security climate is not that conducive. So we have to ensure that it's as safe as possible for our customers. And by the way, just one more thing, just respect the fact that it was Careem who inculcated this behavior of a woman trusting a stranger sitting in her car.
Agreed.
And that is the social empowerment that we gave to women. That women who did not want to go in public, or they had and their parents or family were not allowing them to go outside because of the public transport that is in the country. It was Careem who became a conduit for women to pursue their ambition and obviously their own economic and social empowerment. So it has come a long way, and we've actually made a lot of women so comfortable. Then because of that, Uber came into Pakistan, then even InDrive came into Pakistan, Bike came into Pakistan. So that is the kind of environment that we created. So so it's a long and a proud journey that Careem has already.
It is, and obviously as a woman, I can endorse it. We heavily rely on it. So thank you so much, Salman, for elaborating on this. Thank you so much for listening. अगर आपने यहाँ पॉडकास्ट में हमारी गुफ्तगू में कुछ भी सीखा है, कमेंट में लिख के ज़रूर बताइए कि क्या सीखा सलमान की, कौन सी ऐसी बात थी जो आपको रेलेवेंट लगी, कौन सी ऐसी बात थी जिसने आपको रिसर्च करने पे मजबूर कर दिया. अगर आपको पॉडकास्ट पसंद आए तो सब्सक्राइब करें ताकि मज़ीद पॉडकास्ट भी देख सकें, मज़ीद सीख सकें, प्रोफेशनली और पर्सनली ग्रो कर सकें. मज़ीद एक और पॉडकास्ट के साथ दोबारा इसी चैनल पर मुलाकात होगी. अपना ख्याल रखें, खुशियाँ और आसानियाँ बांटें. अल्लाह हाफ़िज़.